This is Kevin Mayo, and today we're going to drink some Boulevard Brewing Double Wide IPA. This is another one of my, this is actually the first one I'm going to review of my birthday beers for my son, so thank you, Nady. And Boulevard Brewing's in Kansas City, Missouri. They've been around since 1988, 1989, depending on how you want to count. They're actually probably the largest brewery in the Midwest. They do over 600,000 barrels a year. That's a lot of beer. So they're a fairly large brewery for the craft brew world. I've only had one or two of their beers. I haven't had a lot of them. Don't know much more about them. I'm going to go ahead and give it a crack here as I'm rambling on. It does have a fairly interesting hop complex. I actually wrote it down. I don't usually do this, but it's got Zeus, Bravo, Chinook, Centennial, and Cascade hops. So looks like it's probably dry hopped. Also for florals, for aromas. Going ahead and give this a crack. Well, quite a bit of smoke coming off of that one. As always, if you like the reviews, please subscribe. We're always looking for new friends, and go ahead and leave comments. We'll always answer our comments. So it's a fairly aggressive head on this one. It's 85% ABV. It's almost a ruby red. I don't want to say ruby red, but it's a dark orange. Fair amount of carbonation. Slightly hazy. They do have a drink by date on it, and it's It's September on this one. So drink by September of 2014. Today's September 4th, so we should still be on the fresh end of it. Let's do a little aroma. We're getting sharp pine, maybe more to cut grass. I kind of use both of those words a lot to describe a lot of beers, but let's back off on the pine. Probably more like a cut grass. A little bit of dank earthiness, a little spice. A little bit of grapefruit. Now they do also have brown sugar and dextrose in it, which means they're probably trying to balance off some of the bitter, put a little more sweetness in it. It's fairly typical smelling IPA. Some grass, some grapefruit, a little bit of dank, not a lot malt, not a lot on the malt. Let's give it a taste. It does have a sweetness. That dextrose brown sugar is coming through. There definitely is a bit of a sweet to it. There's definitely some nice bittering. I'm getting some of the resin on the tongue. Really no alcohol on an 8.5. Hint of grapefruit in there. It is building. It's a 71 IBU. So there is some bitterness at the back end. So, it's not overly complex. The aroma wasn't that forward. The flavor's not that forward. It's reasonably balanced. It's got some hints of grapefruit, some hints of grass. It finishes fairly dry. And it does build in a nice bitter at the back end. So if you're looking for that IPA bitterness, it's going to be there. I don't think it's a huge hop bomb or just bitter for bitter's sake. But it's a nice beer. Other than some of the bitterness at the end, it drinks more like a single IPA. But you're going to have to be careful. It's 8.5%, so you don't want to, it's not sessionable. I've been looking at some of my reviews lately. I'm thinking my scoring, I've been having some grade degradation. I think I've been scoring probably a little bit higher. So compared to some other beers I've had recently, I think it's in the same vein, but I might be scoring this one a little bit lower because I'm thinking I'm getting a little bit too, maybe I've just been thirsty and they taste so good when I'm thirsty. So I'm going to give this one an 82. It's a B. I would drink it again. I would probably seek it out, but I would drink it again. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I think it's a nice, solid IPA, double IPA, Imperial IPA, whatever you want to call it. But it's nothing special either. So, until next time, keep drinking.